What's up, everybody? Omid, Succeed with Omid here again to talk more about the fascia. It is that important to understand what this stuff actually does. Now, a little side note, in my personal workout practice, again, I'm not a bodybuilder, as you can see, I put breathing and stretching with mobility, all that type of stuff, way before I actually worry about diet and exercise. I'm going to get to that in a second, but it's also one of the things I do with clients. If they're stuck in this shoulder position and they try and do bicep curls, or they try and do shoulder presses, or they try and go running, what's happening is that this rib cage here is actually forced down on top of a diaphragm, this breathing muscle inside of here. The lungs actually can't expand. And what's happening is that rib cage is actually shoved down into the internal organs. If they're like that for a long time, if you're like that or have been like that for a long time, what that means is that your internal organs have been compressed for quite a while. Now, an internal organ is actually supposed to expand and contract. Sound familiar? Expand and contract. Just like a muscle gets tight, your internal organs can too. And that's because they're covered with fascia. That same stuff that we were talking about that goes through the jaw, that goes through the neck, all over our body, directly underneath our skin, it attaches to the bones. It goes through our internal organs too. And when that stuff gets gross tight in here, you're going to lead to some problems too. So you could be eating the best meals in the world. You might have tried the diet that is right for you, but you weren't able to actually process the food. This is really critical to understand. Being able to get into these open positions to take a full breath starts to move this muscle around and starts to massage your organs a little bit and actually gets some processing in there. It increases blood flow. It increases all sorts of enzyme production inside the liver and the kidneys. And you'll start to see a lot more results just by doing these two things, okay? So one really simple tip to get all of this stuff that I was just talking about, take your hands, put them behind your head, and breathe. That's it. If you want to take it a step further, take the head back, open the mouth and breathe. I'm not leaning back very far like that bow we did yesterday. I'm not going all the way back here. I'm really just trying to get after this upper body and rib cage area. I'm trying to exercise this diaphragm. Trying to breathe down into those organs, into my balls, basically. And what happens is you should visually see your stomach expand as you take that breath. The lungs only go down to about here. It's not that your lungs are breathing. It's that diaphragm is pushing things down, and they've got to move. It's really, really critical to have this skill before you start going after diet. Otherwise, you could eat all the right things, and none of that nutrition is really starting to circulate through your body. All right. I do have a couple more things to talk about on the fascia system. I'm going to cover a lot more tomorrow as well, but this is really important to understand. I can't stress that enough, all right? Hope this information was very helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have fun, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.